Hello there everybody, this is Alex from Hardcorian Guides, beginning my guide for Ninja Gaiden Sigma on Master Ninja difficulty. Today we're doing Chapter 3, Skies of Vengeance. And I've mentioned in a Let's Play I did a long time ago that this is one of my personal favorite chapters. At the time it was my favorite, but this one's actually probably just one of my personal favorites. Not really like the best one, but I like this one quite a bit. So, the start of this chapter, you're going to want to grab the elixir there. The, what do you call them again? Basically the red low potion, so they give you a freebie right there on the spot. Most of these rooms actually contain elixirs, so go ahead and pick them up as you please. And I think there's 6 or so rooms, I think. Not really sure. Once you get to the end of the hallway, that's when a couple of the new enemies will start to spawn. And, well, not really new. No, they're not really new, are they? I don't think so. Well, anyway, yeah, they're not new. No, yes they are. My bad. I'm having a brain fart. So, yeah. Come in here, grab the map if you need it. You don't really need it. I mean, if you follow how I play step by step, you'll be fine. Now, if you come into this room and grab the map, you are going to be greeted with a white and a black-suited armored enemy. And I have no direct name for them. They're more like, they look like more like military specialist enemies here. So we'll just call them white and black armor. That way it just makes sense to me. So some people call them, well, as Vic calls them, I think like jet pilots or something like that, or I don't remember what he calls them, but anyway, so we come into here and you can pick up a blue elixir. Now the thing is, I already have 5, so I'm good on that. Now the thing with these guys, especially the more black suited ones, they are more defensive than the white ones. The white ones actually tend to like drop their guard way more often, and the black ones have more health and a lot more defense, and they block way more often than they should. As the white ones, they don't have a shield or nothing, so they can't really block, which is strange because I think like enemies before didn't really have a shield and they could block. But then again, these guys have weapons, and I don't think their weapons are strong enough to block against a sword, so that might be the case. They're relatively easy to take out. If you do the uppercut attack on them, you're pretty much fine. So pretty much treat these guys like the normal armored enemies and the armored samurai, and if you do that, they should be easy pickings. They do become very prominent and very annoying later, whenever they group up on you, but in the time being, we're only going to be fighting like 2 or 3 at a time, so. Like, as you can see in this room, we're going to fight like 2. If you do a flying swallow and they block it, instantly do the uppercut attack, knock them on the ground, get the stab, and just kill them that way. That's a pretty good way of taking them out, I think, because you're basically breaking their block, so they can't really do shit. Now, if you get far enough away, they will start to shoot you down, and if you do a flying swallow, even especially on the black armored enemies, you will get a hit off on them. Now, the white ones actually take, I think, like 2 flying swallows to kill, as I demonstrated there, and the black ones, I think, take like 3 or 4 hits. So, yeah, they're a little bit more ridiculous. Now, these ones are different. No, wait, okay. No, they actually are different. They're like more light black, like more gray-looking armored soldiers, and they're kind of like the white ones, but just more healthy, I guess. More tanky, I should say. Man, my commentary is like all over the place today. I don't know why. I had a few fuck-ups during this recording. Now I have no idea what I'm talking about. So, anyway, once we come to this room, this is going to be probably one of the worst rooms we're going to have to deal with. And that is because it is so narrow in here, and there's really nothing you can really jump on. You can use the walls if you can get to them, but I say just do this. Just keep doing the uppercut attack, keep blocking. Whenever they get done comboing you, instantly go into an uppercut attack, and then take them out. If you get far enough away, you can do a flying swallow, and again, of course, take them out that way. I typically tend to do a flying swallow attack, break their block, and then instantly go into the uppercut attack. That way I can just have that full throttle hit. But that's just me personally. If you have a better way of taking them out, go ahead. But this is what I do, so. Yeah, you can see there, he even blocked my uppercut attack as well. They tend to do that quite a bit. Don't go like a full combo, just try to go with the uppercut attack instead. That way, whenever they're done blocking, because if you go for a full combo, they're going to block the entire thing. So, whenever you uppercut, they're basically done blocking, then you can do a slam attack and knock them right down on their feet. Now, in this area, there is, of course, in here, there's, I think, an elixir, the Devil Way, and there's nothing else I can find, really. And in this room, there are 2 stairs. There's one that is a safe spot and one that is a shop. I think the one on the left is the safe spot, I think. I know the shop one is a dead end, so save it when you get the chance. if you feel like it's necessary. I didn't worry about it. Because I came in here, you know, I knew where I was going with this. So I was like, I got this. You know, I got this covered. There's really nothing to worry about. So, grab the scarab on the desk, or on the shelf there. Not really hard to find. Pretty, not really that hard to miss, really. And after I got those stuff... Okay, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I did go back and save it. Okay. Either that or I went to a shop. Looks like I saved it, so... Yeah, even I gave myself too much credit there. I didn't mean to. Anyway, run back to the shop if you need. And if you want to buy some stuff, go ahead, by all means. But try to buy... If you're going to buy something, at least try to buy elixirs. Or at least upgrade your dragon sword if you get the chance. Always try to focus on upgrading the dragon sword. I think it's like 3 levels and then you're done. Which is like 3,000, 5,000, I think 8,000 right after. So, easy one. We are going to be getting a new weapon in this chapter as well. And it's going to be the Tiger Claw and... Or what was it? And Fang or something like that? We'll see it when we get to there. It's going to be really useful for the boss fight. Not like the only thing you really need to use, but it really helps out a lot. There's like 2 tricks to taking him out. There's my way, and then there's, of course, going back to him like always, because I suck his dick. There's Bick's way, and I will tell you about both when we get to that opportunity. So, once we get to the boss fight, which I actually did take about like 1 go, and I was surprised myself. Yeah, it was really weird. Now, before you fight him, make sure you stock up on all items, because I'm going to be using every item I can to beat him down. Alright, back on track here. Instantly, when you come in here, make sure that you try to focus on one of these enemies on the side. Just avoid the grenade launcher, and if you can, try to focus on him too and take him out as quick as possible. Because grenade launchers in this game kind of suck dick, so they really pissed me off a lot. Now, the enemy I was talking about earlier, the gray-looking one, they are the grenade launchers, I guess. They're the ones that usually use grenade launchers. They're typically the weaker of the ones. And then there's a tan armored enemy in the future that will be also a grenade launcher enemy, but he's a little bit stronger than the more like light black ones. I don't know exactly how to describe them. Basically, these lower tier of grenadiers. So, after you take out those guys, which they're relatively simple, there's gonna be like black armored enemies that respawn. For the first part, it's obviously just gonna be your typical fare of, you know, white armored enemies, but now they're gonna step up their game a little bit here, and that could become a problem. So, whenever you get that slam attack on him like that, make sure that you stab the ground immediately after. Just avoid the bullets. Well, don't worry about the bullets. They don't really do enough damage. Now, if you kill somebody, try to go toward the guy that is shooting you. That way you can just have a free hit on him. That's what I do, at least, because at that point he's not really blocking, so just get a flying swallow in on him, and there you go. These guys, again, are not super tough, but they can be kind of a pain in the ass, especially later on in the game, when we fight so many of them. That's when they become kind of dicks, because they're blocking constantly, so. Immediately run into this room, and make sure you grab this. Was it Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang, I think? Yeah. Well, anyway, make sure you grab that weapon. That weapon is going to help you with the boss fight so much. It's pretty much a godsend, especially in this chapter. It kind of just like defeats the purpose of this chapter, like this chapter's boss. It makes him kind of shit easy, which I didn't really do very good at. I have done it in the past, but for some reason during recording, I fucked it up, so that's just me for you. You know, 1 minute you think you do good, and the next minute you're not. Also, whenever the enemies are knocked on the ground, you can do a flying swallow attack on them, as you have witnessed earlier, so I shouldn't have to explain that too much. Yeah, see right there, I did a full combo, and he actually grabbed me right after. That's not something you should be doing. I forgot that these were the guys that do it. But yeah, these guys are the worst, because they will grab you right after you combo them. It's not fun. And they only do it when they block a full combo, because they're basically doing a counter attack or a counter grab, and then doing a massive amount of damage to you. And it's not something I'm willing to take. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to head back to the living quarters here, and we're going to head to the very back. And I'm sure a lot of you are probably thinking like, oh god, this part. Well, yeah, this part does suck. I did try this like twice, I think, and I fucked it up. So, I decided to say screw this area and just grab the scarab. If you can do it on your own, by far, more power to you. But I just decided not to do it. I can still beat the game without it. I think what you get after you killing all the enemies, I think you get like a Lives of the 1,000 Gods, like a full set of it, I think. I'm not really sure. I don't remember, because like Master Ninja changes everything, pretty much. They change up a lot of like item locations and what have you, especially with weapons. So now what we have to do is we have to head down below the main deck and then onto that kind of like bridged area. You'll see what I'm talking about. We have to head to like the central control panel and take that out. So head toward the shop if you need it. Again, if you need to use it, yeah. Put your scarabs in and save the game immediately when you get to the other side. That way, everything that you've made so far will be checkpointed and you'll be fine. So, I think all I bought was what? I think the, some health potions maybe? I don't remember. I wasn't really paying attention. Either I upgraded or I bought, so. You don't have to do everything I do step by step. I mean, I recommend that you do most of the stuff step by step. But then again, you know, Ninja Gaiden is better kind of learn on your own. And if you ever need help, I am here to help you. That's the whole point of this guide, and also trying to like entertain those that are interested in the game and want to see it played at a more higher skilled level, I guess. Which my skill is not really the best, but hey, I make do. So, immediately when you get in here, try to blow those barrels up because they're going to be kind of annoying. I didn't blow all of them up thinking that I'd be fine, but I really wasn't. Because there are times where you can actually get iframes out of it for some reason. What I'm trying to say is, like, there are times where I'll actually flying swallow into the barrel and not take damage from it. And I don't know where or how the hell that happens, but it sometimes generally works and sometimes doesn't. So, I just decided to leave the barrels there because I felt like, hey, if I need to destroy them and take out the enemies, I could do that. Yeah, you see right there, I flying swallow straight into the guy, and I still took the hit from the barrel. Now, this part's kind of annoying, and I died a lot of times on this part, and I even died trying to get off this part with the platforming, just because I'm stupid. So, just try to keep your distance between these guys. If anything, if you really wanted to cheese these guys that bad, all you have to do is just run far away from them, and they'll start shooting their guns at you, and then go into a flying swallow and get the attacks that way. So if you really needed that attack, there you go. You could also run to the back where the arrows are, where that box of arrows is, and you can jump on the wall and then do the wall trick if you need to. So. Yeah, see right here, I'm about to die. It's just ridiculous. I about died over. But luckily I had some elixirs on hand, so I just used those. Of course, there is another elixir on the main deck, or at least in the living quarters I can use whenever I get there. Yeah, see right there, I finished a full combo and he still got me. So if he's blocking that, make sure you stop your combo immediately because he's going to try to grab you. Yeah, these guys are not fun to play with. Now, the white ones don't really do that very often because the white ones are easy to kill. They don't really block you, so they're pretty much free essence at that point. They can be annoying because there's just so many of them, but flying swallow is a really good way to take them out. It took like 2 flying swallows and they're gone. So now this next section is kind of annoying because this is a part you have to be very careful of. Immediately jump and press the circle button to take out those 2 robots right there. You could, of course, aim in and shoot at them. If you don't know how to aim in, I think it's hold circle and then move forward with the left stick, and it'll immediately aim in. I think you can also hit the right stick down, 2 or 3 to zoom in like first person. Well, anyway, that's how you do that. So, easy stuff. Now, I think how to drop, I think you have to press like forward X or something. I don't remember what it was. You guys can pretty much figure it out. So, immediately on this part, well, back there, just shoot the barrels and try to kill off any of the white guards. I think they took like what, three arrows to kill, something like that. This part's a little bit finicky though too, and I highly recommend that you be careful of this. Yeah, see, I kicked his ass right off. So you gotta be very careful of this part right here, because there are times where I did an uppercut attack and I fell right off the thing. So be extremely cautious right here. This place is very dangerous. Try not to wall run either, because you might do what I do and just accidentally jump and fuck up. Now this was not a good idea, and I wanted to open the chest to show this off. Those are exploding bats. I shit you not. Do not attack them unless you get to a point or a position where you can attack them from a distance. And I recommend if you're gonna attack them, use the shuriken. That's a pretty good way of doing it. Just roll and then shuriken, or just jump shuriken. That way you can kill them off before they get to you, because once they explode, you're flying right off this damn thing. So, yeah, this place sucks. I even had one point where I literally jumped off that area over there, and I, when I was coming over here, after fighting the droids, I jumped off and then immediately fell right off without even grabbing the pipe thing. And I was like, fuck. So anyway, there's only 2 guys that spawn here. Not really that tough. It's just a black and a white one. Don't try anything like too crazy. Like, don't go for flying swallows. Don't do any like jumping attacks. Uppercut's okay as long as like as long as Ryu's like locked on and they're not, you know, that close to the fence, you should be fine. Just like with the other guys too. You can do it, but just be very careful because it's a very dangerous spot and very scary too. Alright, so now I'm going to switch back to, well, I switched to Smoke Bomb because this shit gets fucking annoying to have in my inventory. Like, whenever you go to a chest and you kick it open and it's like, oh, Smoke Bomb, oh, you already have this item. It's like, well, I don't want it. I never actually use a Smoke Bomb in battle. I just don't have any reason to. I think it stuns enemies, but I'm not sure about that because I barely used it ever. So, it might be like a good evasive maneuver. If that's something that you know about, then go ahead and do it. Again, if you guys know more about this stuff than I do, go ahead and do it. I mean, no doubt, you know. You don't have to follow me exactly in every step and course I take. If you can go take out that whole arena, if you got the patience to do it, then go ahead and do it. I didn't because I was on recording, and I feel like I have to spend more time getting better footage than actually wasting time grinding on enemies and stuff. So, that's just something with me. It's a psychological thing, and I'm always afraid like my capture card is just gonna fuck up if I record more than like 30 minutes. It's just stupid. So, anyway, be careful on this part. There are two grenade launcher guys, and they're pretty much easy to take out. See, that guy took out. He would have taken like what 3 flying swallow attacks to kill him. So yeah, the non-black ones, like the more gray-looking ones, they tend to take about 3 hits to take down. So once you come up here, take these guys out. For the most part, this area is kind of easy because there's not that many enemies you have to deal with. There is a part coming up that's going to be a little bit more difficult because there's like 4 dudes I think you have to waste. But for the most part, they're not really that tough. So if you can break their block with an uppercut attack, go for it. And they do that slam attack and then just stab them. They're pretty much just dead at that point. They're nothing. Yeah, they're literally nothing right now, especially in this chapter. But again, in later chapters, yeah, they become worse. I think this right here is an elixir. I already have too many of them. You'll see that I actually come back to grab it later, and I'll do that because I got shot up, and I was like, you know what? I just want full health because the next boss is going to be bullshit, so I just want to go ahead and get full health anyway and, you know, go on my merry way. So if you come back here, you can grab a scarab. That one's pretty much missable for the most part. It's kind of hard to see because you have to run all the way back there and catch it. I don't think there's anything below this area as far as I know. So just come over here and waste these guys. Yeah, see, it took me like, oh wow, it took me like 3. Well, hell, it would have taken me 4 to kill him. Alright, well, I guess they're almost the same health as the black armored ones. They're probably black armored, I just can't tell. I just want to say like they're more light colored. They seem like they are. It's hard to say. They look like, I guess they look more navy blue and like really like dark bluish. Anyway, take these guys out as you would any of the other ones, and after you take them down, go up the platform, do all that stuff, get the door unlocked, and then immediately run back to the save point so you can save that and not worry about having to keep resetting the button. It's really annoying. So you can see here that I tried to do the flying swallow on these guys, and I never actually was able to because, again, the game's really finicky for some reason. Oh, I guess so after they're done using their grenade launchers, they tend to pull out a shield too, so be careful of that. That's something I didn't remember. Unless that was a black suited one, I can't really tell. A normal black one. I don't know. I'm all the way over here, guys. I can barely see my screen. So I'm just going off on, you know, like location and locale and stuff. Well, once you play the game enough, you really have a good idea what the hell is going on. I can see, it's just I can't tell, and I can't even remember like 5 seconds in the past. So yeah, these guys are going to be pretty much like that. I'm sorry about that. So I heal up. Well, the first time I didn't because I was being stupid. I was like, oh, I can get it, you know, and then it's like, no, Alex, you moron. You have to use it first before you actually can equip it. So that was something silly on my part. You know, apologies for that. That's just me having a brain fart at like, you know, 8 o'clock at night or whenever the hell this was recorded. So I did actually record, I think, all the way up to chapter 8. I think I finished. No, I finished chapter 7. Yeah, I know that for sure. I finished chapter 7 for sure. So we're on the high road to beating the game. We're pretty much almost at the halfway point. So doing good on my side. Just trying to keep these videos going. These videos won't be posted as much as Pikmin was. So expect probably like 1 to 2 a week. I know I said I was going to put more effort into this. It's just these videos take forever to, make and edit and all that. So, anyway, this boss is a pain in the, just a pain in the fucking dick, because he's got this grab attack that does a lot of damage to you. So, if you feel safe with it, you can actually kill the enemies and get the blue essence off them. If you really needed it. I don't trust it enough. Now, staying away from his gun is the hardest part. You have to roll jump like right and forward, right up, right up, right up. It's just dumb. I think you can also probably go like the left way and probably like avoid his laser better. I'm not really sure. So, the initial attack that I need to try to do is I need to get in and get like a few hits like that. And then as soon as he punches me, I block and roll away and behind him and then get another attack. He has another attack where he'll actually like, if you're behind him, he'll try to like swipe behind him and hit you that way. And once he does that, roll out of the way immediately, like right there. Of course, I did get grabbed, but luckily enough, I have enough healing items to basically suffice this whole entire battle. So that's what I did. So if you have the Art of Inferno, shake your controller a bit until it charges up to full max power, and then just wail on this dude. Now, Bix's attack is, he does it to where he does the uppercut immediately, and then he does, I think, triangle and air to do like a slam attack, and it does quite a bit of damage. I recommend, if you want a better video than this, highly recommend Bix's video. I know I talk about him like all the time, and I'm going to in this entire series because he is worth the watch. He's the one that basically saved my ass on this game, so I owe all credit to him by all means. Luckily, I had some elixirs there, so I can basically just use the Nimpo elixirs, so I can just use those to my advantage. But that's the end of the boss. There's really not much you can do. He's not really that tough. Just block. As soon as he breaks your block, roll out of the way, roll behind him, and then get some hits in. And he's relatively nothing. So, anyway, that's the end of this episode. So, I will see you all next time when we play some more Ninja Gaiden Sigma on Master Ninja difficulty. And as always, take care, everybody.